All right, family, if we're back with you for another review on the bench today. When you see the name Toguard, you can't go wrong. And I'm not just saying that because, you know, for obvious reasons. I'm saying that because I've yet to get a product from Toguard, and that's in 6 years, 7, 8 years. I don't know how long I've been doing this. I have never got a product I don't like, or should I say doesn't work properly or have good longevity or be of decent quality. Toguard does a very good job. Anything with the name Toguard on it, you're probably gonna like it. It's gonna be the Sony of the 2040s, let's say. Anyway, that aside, this is the AM30 wireless baby monitor. Do I have a baby coming? Not that I know of, but what I do have is a garage, and in the garage is me. And so my thought was that I could use this from the garage to the house and be able to communicate with my family. It's a long story, but anyway, that's what I'm going to use this for, is my garage. So I can be in touch with my family when it's time for dinner. They always skip meals without me. You know, I never know when it's dinner time. Everybody wants a unboxing. Everybody wants an unboxing. So here it is. Voila! Wasn't that wonderful? So, here is everything that comes in the box. Never mind the rest of it. This is probably the coolest part of this whole thing. This little display monitor with a stand on the back and a little clip. You can clip it to your belt. Now, wouldn't that be cool, walking around the neighborhood with a baby monitor in your hip? Let me get this thing out of the plastic. And this thing is ooh la la lovely. Like, wow, Toguard across the bottom. And I'm going to say again, Toguard is a good quality product. I mean, they don't mess around when it comes to quality. There is a sticky film on the surface of this. So if you buy this, and when you buy this, you want to peel that off. I'm going to leave it on for screen protection because you can see just fine through that thing. So we got a microphone button. We have an OK button. When everything's okay, you push that. And I push that a lot because that's, you know, things are okay for me a lot. Volume button, volume down button, dim, other dim. So I'll go back and do this properly. Volume down, volume up, a dimmer and brightener, I'm presuming. And then up here we've got zoom and menu and all that stuff. So let's get this thing hooked up, set up. Well, first of all, let's look at this. This is the camera. It's a cute little feller. In my big mitt, that's how big it is. It's probably, you know, 3 inches tall. It's on a flexible stand, so you can turn it all around and figure out which way you want to point it. And you got this little appendage there. That's the microphone, so that can hear the baby if you got a baby coming. You're going to buy this for a baby, obviously. You're not going to buy it for yourself in the garage, but that's what I bought it for. And then you have a pairing button back here and LED. So you can turn on an LED and you can pair it with the monitor if you have a problem. I would imagine it comes paired. We're going to check that out in a second. AM30 model by Toguard, baby monitor, camera, 5-volt input. So yeah, you're going to have to plug that in, which is one of these power cords. So let's just do that right now. This plugs in right like, these are always so hard, like that. So that's plugged in, into the wall, good to go. So you do need AC power. You do need that 120 power for this, which is fine. I mean, that's to be expected, I suppose. And then for this guy, so you're going to plug it in like so, and that's going to plug into the wall for your 120 input on that guy. Now, the input on this is only 5 volts. So you could use a USB on-the-fly power setup. And I'm not sure if there's batteries in this or not, but it does have a nice stand. So you could stand that up on your nightstand like that, have that setting there. And when you're watching TV, you can also watch the baby or your husband in the garage, whatever you're into. So there's the setup right there for those two. You see how quick and easy that was, getting those things set up like that. And then there's this Velcro thing, which is really intriguing. So this here, without reading the instructions, because that's the male prerogative. I don't have to read instructions. Actually, I'm going to have to read the instructions on this because I have no idea what this thing does. Give me 30 seconds. I'll be right back. You know, while I'm reading the instructions, you might as well have a tag along and look as well. They're fairly well laid out. It goes through all of the interface and buttons. That shows you everything you need to know there. How to use it, how to set it up, the main menu. Temperature display mode. So if your baby's catching fire, this thing will tell you. You'll be the first to know. That's important actually for babies. They shouldn't catch fire. LCD screen brightness adjustment, white lighting LED, pair code operation. So you may have to pair it. I don't think we'll have to pair it. Usually these things come connected already. It plays music. It plays music. Well, I mean, if I need music in the garage, or maybe the baby wants music. Voice control, so you can talk to the baby. The baby can't understand you, but he can hear you. Timed feeding reminder. Oh, no, this is some next level stuff. Now, I automatically assume that was for me if I was getting hungry, but that's probably for the baby. You know, babies like to eat every once in a while. So, time feeding reminder, that's pretty good. Other operations include music playback, channel switching, and intercom mode. Channel switching is important in case there's like 3 or 4 families in the same block that have the same monitor. You wouldn't want to be watching other people's well, maybe you would, I don't know. But anyway, you have the option there anyway. Intercom mode, and then common faults and solutions. They work through some of the problems that could arise. That goes, and then some details of the model, etc., etc. Feel free to pause this at any point and read through this if you so need to. Importantly, support at Toguard.cc, and those guys are good. They're responsive actually. I've used Toguard's help before, with some minor issues that I had with setup, etc. And they're on the ball for sure. So, and then there's actually 3 blank pages at the back where you could draw pictures of your baby, which would probably be you could draw four pictures of your baby back there, which is, that's worth something. Anyway, moving on, let's get this thing set up and see what the quality is and the range. Okay, so I've got the camera all set up upstairs in my kid's room there. And so a few things here to note right off the bat. The range, first of all, is amazing. We took it outside, hooked it up with a kind of an external battery pack. And we were to get we almost got a block away before it started getting fuzzy and cutting out a bit. And that's in town here with all kinds of other Wi-Fi stuff going on. So the range on this is amazing. Right now it's only a floor away basically, so maybe 20 feet of distance, but it goes through a floor and through 2 walls to get there. So no issues with that. The range is excellent. Of note here, they have a temperature display at the top, so it's 21 degrees upstairs in the room. The microphone is on right now. It has multi-channels. I'll go through the menu here in a second. Multi-channels. And it's currently charging the battery, the internal battery. So I probably showed this earlier, I can't remember. On the back there's a belt clip, so you could wear this on your belt as you're walking around doing the cleaning or whatever. Or you can set it up on a bench and have it sit that way. So it goes out, goes back to sleep every so often unless there's noise detected, in which case it stays on. So we'll start at the top. This is a menu button, but it's also a zoom. So if I hold this down, takes about 3-4 seconds. You can see it zooms right in, and that's a pretty tight zoom. You'd have to have it on the subject you're looking for there. Now to zoom back, you hold this down again, and it goes back to regular. Now this room up there is about 10 feet wide, and this is sitting way at the back. It's about 10 feet wide this way and about 16 or 17 feet this way. So it's a very narrow field of view. It's not like your kind of GoPro camera, that kind of thing. It's a very narrow field of view, but it's an excellent quality image here. So you'll want to have this focus right on your right in the area where your child is, so that you can keep a good eye on them. So quickly we'll go through these buttons here. You have a dimmer, so you can turn the dimness down or up. Goes all the way up to super bright. Volume, turn it up or down. And then this is an OK button, which we'll use in the menu in a second. And then this, you can hold that down and you can talk, and it'll actually, you'll hear it up in the room, what I'm saying right now. So you can hear things in the room just normally, and you can also talk through this thing here. There's a microphone right here, I believe. So we'll get into the menu here. It's kind of an odd menu, but there it is. So there's your brightness setting there. So you can adjust this up and down like that, and then you move to the right. The next one is Fahrenheit or Celsius. This one is a visible LED or visible light or invisible light. So right now I've got it on the invisible. Those are the near infrared lights, and the human eye cannot see the lights, but in dark conditions you can see quite well with this thing. And then there's multiple channels, so if you had multiple cameras you could switch between multiple cameras on this. We just have the one camera. Then there's music, so it'll play music, and I'll go through the 3 musics they have here, or 3 songs. There at the top you can see the noise indicator, so we're hearing the music that's playing upstairs in the room. So there are the 3 songs it plays. The next one is microphone. How loud does it go? I have it down about there. Well, I had it somewhere in there. It's plenty loud. You can also adjust that here. Then there's an alarm, so you can have this thing give you a quick reminder every 2 hours, or in 4 hours, or in 6 hours to check, and that's presumably for feeding times or just to check on your baby times. We don't want that to come on, so we'll turn it off. And then the final one is back to the main screen. I'll run upstairs now and turn off the lights, and we'll have a look and see, you can see the dark, how well it sees in the dark.
Alright, so here I am. I'll close the door here, totally dark, dark outside, dark in there. I'll turn on the lights, you can see how well you can see me. There it is. So, so now you can see, to walk around, there's a little bit of light coming in the evening.
So there it is. There you can see you can see everything you need to see. You know, pretty good. It's pretty dark in that room right now, and you can still make out stuff. You could definitely see if your child is in distress or whatever. So there you go. That's the Toguard baby monitor. All in all, it's a pretty slick deal. I'm going to use it out in my garage actually, so I can kind of keep an eye on stuff in the garage and get alerts throughout the night if somebody breaks in, because our babies are too big for one of these. Alright, thanks for watching. 2 thumbs up from Family of 4. Catch you next time.